Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about the continued deal with apartment fuckery and everything else like that, and how the Scumlord guy that I met with the other day, who was clearly a Scumlord, keeps calling me now, and I'm pretty sure he's just desperate what it is at this point, dude, because the fact that he's called me like several times since our meeting, leaving at least one or two messages at this point, honestly, is what it is, and then calling me again earlier this afternoon is what it was, not sleeping, really does show me, like, yeah, this guy's definitely desperate for somebody, is what it is right now, which it could be something, too, where I mentioned something about, possibly move out, like, next week, or whatever it is there. It might be him, like, trying to confirm, like, oh, do you want the place or not, kind of thing, but I really think he's just bullshitting is what it is. I don't think he had anybody else on the hook at all, dude. Like, because the thing is, right, like, I'm not really a great liar, mostly because the autism is what it is there. But I also try to be very honest with people, is what it is, man. And the thing of it is, like, that dude definitely felt like he was, like, just the way he was saying stuff, like, he almost sounded like he was creating, like, a story is what it was there. To, like, have, like, oh, yeah, already got two people, like, interested in the back, like, doing the application fees or whatever the case be. Because what he told me and my uncle when we were there that day, he's like, yeah, I don't know if Zillow has like a thing where you can do like 60 and you get one free or whatever the case be. Because he was like saying something about like supposedly there was two people that were, claiming to be interested or whatever the case be. And I was talking to my sister about it more, and this week is what it was. Just the way this guy was saying stuff, like he probably, like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the reason that this place is actually vacant is because of the fact that the last person that was renting it or whatever probably sued the shit out of him, is my guess, honestly, at this point, for like invasion of privacy and like breaking tenants' rights and stuff like that would be my assumption. Because just with him saying like thinking back to what my uncle and I were talking with him, and he was saying about like, oh yeah, like all these surprise inspections and stuff like that. It's like, the hell you will, dude. Like, you literally have to give somebody 24 hours notice before you walk into the fucking place, dude. Like, there has to be that 24-hour notice is what it is there. And if you're not doing that, then you're obviously, breaking the laws, basically, is what it is there. And yeah, I can legally fucking take your ass to court, is what it would be then, if that be the case. It's like I was telling my sister, like, yeah, like knowing that fucking dude, I'd be living there, whatever the case be. And like randomly wake up in the morning, this fucking asshole's like standing over my bed breathing and shit like that, all weird and like creeping on me basically while I'm fucking naked in bed. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So yeah, there's no fucking way I would live at that place, honestly, just because of that alone. And knowing him, he would do that shit, honestly. So, but yeah, it's just fucked up, man, is what it is. And I don't know, it just comes off real scummy, is what it is. So, but yeah, fuck that guy, is what it is there, man, because he's definitely a scumlord for sure. And the real problem is, it seems like there's a lot of those people around here in the Stark County area, and maybe just around Ohio in general. And it seems like, honestly, if the state wanted to do better, what they would do is start investigating fraud cases based on the verified income thing, is what it is there. Because literally, I remember when I went to college, dude, like, I had no verified income at that time. My mom was a co-signer on my rental agreement then. And even for my brother and sister back in the day, she was a co-signer on theirs too, for that matter. But yet, you have people now claiming, oh, even with you having a co-signer, which would be where the money would come from for the rent and stuff like that, which is helping my sister there, is what it is. They're still like, oh no, you have to have verified income too, is what it is. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck is the point of having a co-signer then? Like, why are you charging us double for background checks when you know damn well I've told you already that I don't have a fucking verified income? This is why I have my co-signer for me. And yet you're still fucking me out of the places what it is there, which is what happened there in Alliance last week, is what it was there. So, the guy in the town over that I was looking at the other day keeps calling me. And we're pretty sure he's just desperate scumlord, is what it is at this point. So, yeah. That's pretty much what's going on there. So, I don't know, man. It's fucking weird is what it is. And it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, like, I get it, dude, but like at the same time, it's like, if I haven't called you back at this point, bro, like, maybe stop calling me, like, seriously, like, I obviously don't want the place anymore. Not to mention the fact that he went real scummy is what it was to begin with on the thing, because I should have told him, I told him, I laid it out flat at that point. I was like, You know, I don't have a verifiable income here is what it is. I know people want that is what it is. I do have a cosigner. Like, you know, and my thing with this guy was like, okay, because he wanted 850 for the place that was what was there. And I'm like, okay, here's the deal, dude. Like, would you do a contract for the rest of the year kind of thing is what it is there? And he's like, oh no, I'll only go month to month on you. And then he was like breaking down like the whole month to month thing of like, because he said the hard sale is what it was or whatever. He's like, yeah, I could basically jack up the rent or lower it whenever the fuck I want is what it would be. Then he's never going to lower it, by the way. He would just jack it up from there is what it would be. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, because I was thinking about it earlier, if it would go like from 850 to 900 the first month is what it is then. And then 950 the second month and 1,000 the third month, and then just keep that way for the rest of the year is what it is then. Or it could just be him saying, okay, it's going to be 1,000 down right now, and then 1,000 a month for the rest of the fucking year, basically. Is what it would be there from month to month is what it is then, or even more for that matter. Because just knowing that, dude, I the little bit of time I spent with that man, which is about 20 minutes of my life or so, give or take, like you could tell a lot from that fucking conversation I had with this dude, and yeah, he definitely came off very disingenuous. He definitely came off very like slimy motherfucker, basically is what it is there. Would be the best way to describe him, honestly. He was also a pretty big dude like I am, but like way more just like ooh kind of things. And I don't know what the fuck is going on with that house either, too, for the matter, because there was supposed to be like central air in the place, but yet when my uncle and I were there, it was so fucking hot in that place, dude. Like I was literally standing in that place for like I said, roughly about 15 to 20 minutes. And by the time I walked outside, I was already sweating like crazy in my undercarriage area. And it was about probably 15 to 20 degrees cooler outside than it was inside that place. So I don't know if he was doing that specifically for that reason or what the hell it was. Or was the unit was broken or who the fuck knows. It was just weird. But yeah, it just felt like a hot box, basically, is what it is. So, like, I would say it was hotter than it was in this place, honestly. Because between the bedroom and the room here is what it is. You have probably about a 30-degree difference right now because the AC unit going constantly in the bedroom right now is what it is for the last week or so. And yeah, like it's like way cooler in the bedroom than it is in this room right now. But even with the fan on right now, it's pretty cool right now, and it's only what's the temperature right now anyway? It says it's 80 right now, but it could be like way what you call it than that then. Well, I mean the thing is, he was sitting in the place and like doing essentially tours all day is what it is there. So it would make sense to at least have like a fan or something on there, especially if you're going to be sitting in there. Why would you be sitting there sweating yourself if that'd be the case? Like, wouldn't you want to be cool? Like, it just seems weird to me, honestly. So I don't know. The whole thing just felt weird in general. And yeah, this dude definitely came off very, very scummy is what it was, and just very disingenuous in general. And yeah, not somebody I want to do business with ever is what it is then. And basically, from my understanding right now, the plan currently, as long as we can have the guy that's currently the highest bidder buy the place, because I was talking to him yesterday, he came out with his family, because he wanted to show his mom and his brother the place is what it was. So I think honestly what's going to end up happening is I'm going to try to cut a deal with him at this point and just become his basically on-site tenant is what it is then, because from my understanding, him and his future wife here, because they're engaged obviously, so it'd be his fiance, and she's going to be the one actually buying the place, technically speaking. It'd be under her name is what it is. And then, because I guess he owns a place not far from here is what it is then, about maybe 5-10 minute drive from here is what it is. And what's going to happen then is they're going to sell that place at some point after they start building a place back here in the back part of the field area there. And then from there, it would be like their whole plan would basically be to have somebody live here, whether it be me or someone else for that matter, who knows. But yeah, his whole plan was to basically fix this place up, put a new heat unit / HVAC, whatever it would be at that point then, in the basement there. And then obviously drill a new well and probably septic and stuff like that too as well. And then have somebody basically rent this place out. And it's like, yeah, if that could be, me for a couple of years, whatever the case, that'd be sweet. But the way he was talking was even just, cutting me a deal for like the rest of the year is what it is, and then just having me, throw a few hundred a month at him is what it is, which is about probably the way he was talking was it'd be about half of whatever I was looking at every place else, basically. So it's like that works out perfectly for me, honestly. So yeah, last ditch effort thing would be just go nowhere and just live here for the rest of the year, have enough time to, pack shit up, etc. there, and be able to do what we need to do then to, get out when we need to get out or whatever. Then if I would need to leave come, 2025 or whatever, and then it would be basically from there, me possibly going someplace else, or even me, re-upping a new contract with him if that be the case for like a year or two rental, then if that be the case, or maybe even like a 5-year rental for that matter. So, and that would work perfect, honestly, then, because I would still be living here is what it is. And I think, honestly, truthfully, like, thinking back more and more, my mom's whole end game, even selling to our family friends is what it was. I think her whole plan was basically, had she lived and sold the place herself to someone else, it would have been a situation where she would have basically sold off that half of the acreage and then like basically this part too as well, but it would be under the condition that she and I would still live in the house as renters is what it would be then. So, and I think that's exactly what needs to happen right now. It's just me being a renter here is what it is for the foreseeable future, especially with everything going on the way it is right now. As for work right now, I don't technically, I don't get paid doing the network stuff. I don't technically have a job is what it is because I've been fighting for disability for years because of my health issues and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm literally in the process right now of being on an appeal for disability, and they're still fucking with me is what it is right now because they keep wanting to. I was talking with those fucking people the other day, and they were like, "Oh yeah, what about this thing and that thing?" And because I was talking to them straight up, I was like, "Yeah, why is my autism not in the mix at this point for the thing? Why is it just my physical health issues and stuff like that being the main factor and stuff, because it should be all this stuff together is what it is then." And then they were like, "Oh, well, if we need you to go see one of our doctors again, like, would you be up for doing that?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I don't need to though. That's the thing, dude. Just fucking put it through already. You've been fucking me for two plus years now at this point, people. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, just give me the fucking back pay already and be done with it then." And that's the thing too, right? Like, if I had disability back pay right now, I would actually have money in an account right now to where I could legit show, quote unquote, verifiable income to anybody that would be wanting to rent to me is what it is, then it wouldn't be an issue then. So actually the only real issue right now is the money that I have to have in an account is what it is there, because I found out recently if I have more than a couple grand in an account, they fuck my Medicaid is what it is then. So, which is so fucking stupid. Again, it's government fuckery all the way around is what it is. So, I don't know. I'm seriously considering at this point just doing a political run of some kind wherever I end up at right now is what it is. It just depends on where I end up at right now. Like I said, staying here would be perfect though, at least through the end of the year, because then I'd be able to, go easily vote where I know I'm going to vote at like normal, and then it wouldn't be an issue there. Obviously, that's if we have an election, which I don't know if we will or not. And then you basically just have everything else going on as what it is then. So, like if worse came to, that's the thing too, if worse came to worse and we went like hyperinflation Venezuela style, like, hey, if the actual money is not through like escrow and shit at that point, dude, in my pocket, to where I could have actually used it and be able to get ahead kind of thing is what it is there, then fuck it. This house is still mine, bitch. 9/10 of the law at that point. Like that's what the end game would be on that whole thing. It'd be like, nah, fuck that. I'm not going anywhere, dude. Like this place belongs to me. But letter of the fucking law for 13 years, motherfuckers. So, and technically I could actually go back way further than that and just be like, you know what? Fuck the whole, I think it's 20 something years continuous or whatever the case be. I'd be like, yeah, I was still technically living here off and on, during my time when I was living in Columbus there for that matter. So, there was still mail coming to me here at this place at that time. So if I can get that mail, it's like, yeah, fuck y'all, man. I'm squatters' rightsing this bitch at that point then. So, and taking the whole goddamn property then. But anyway, that would be obviously worst case scenarios what it would be though. But yeah, if worst came to worst though, I would definitely invoke hey, I'm fucking in this place. Fuck all y'all is what it is then. So, but yeah, it's a whole thing though. What it is, I hope it doesn't come to that. Obviously, it shouldn't need to, but yeah, it's just a bunch of shit is what it is, dude. And I really, really hope our country doesn't fall like Venezuela is what it is, dude, because that would be the worst possible thing ever is what it is there. So, but anyway, But yeah, I just wanted everybody to know about this whole Scumlord thing is what it is, and how the guy keeps calling me is what it is then. So, and I'm just like, yeah, dude, I'm not gonna take your calls because I'm not gonna fucking be, put underneath your thumb and shit like that at that point, and tough knuckle under and shit like that as a tenant, and you're trying to fucking take all my tenant's rights is what to be then. Fuck that noise. So, not to mention the guy was like 100 more than everybody else to begin with, and it's like, yeah, I'd rather go to someplace else that's like way cheaper, and just figure it out from there as what to be then. So, anyway. Let's go check out Gateway Planner for the day right now. Let's see, we got Livid Jill Biden lashes out at those who want Dementia Joe to step aside. Because of course she fucking does, dude. Because this bitch is literally fucking running the White House illegally right now. Like her fucking cheater pedophile husband was like 2 years ago is what it was, basically. So, let's see, we got Clinton critic reveals that what happened during his flight with Bill and Hillary Clinton. Got caliber debate. Watch this short, unbiased video comparing top 4 self-defense calibers to see if you end up changing handguns. We got Caitlin Clark makes WNBA history with first rookie triple-double. Beats 2 more Olympians in the process as Fever defeats New York Liberty. Yeah, apparently there's like a lot of black supremacists in the WNBA right now that are trying to target this chick just because she's white is what it is, which is really fucked up, man. So we got Trump to hold fundraiser with the nominee for vice president on July 18th at RNC convention in Milwaukee. Ooh, that's cool. I know a lot of people were saying JD Vance again. I was reading a video this morning, or I was reading an article this morning. It was some douchebag talking about how, JD Vance isn't qualified to be vice president at this point. It's like, yeah, and guess what, dickhead? Neither was your ass ever. So, but no, for real though, like JD is more than qualified to be vice president of this country at this point. The thing is, do we really want J.D. Vance out of the U.S. Senate? And the answer is fuck no. And I'll tell you exactly why, dude. Because if he does end up being Trump's VP then, you know what's going to happen then? You're going to have a special election here in Ohio, and you're going to have every goddamn anti-gun rhino sack of shit, including that fucking piece of crap Matt Dolan, who should be in federal prison right now for a bunch of anti-gun stuff, not to mention state prison for that matter, for a bunch of anti-gun shit. They're all going to jump in the race, and they're going to have a bunch of Democrats like fucking Allison Russo and Casey Weinstein and stuff like that. They're all anti-gun pricks. Try to jump in that race too to fucking replace JD is what it would be then. So yeah, it would just create this giant shit show of just rhino and dem fuckery that's all a bunch of anti-gun sacks of shit trying to replace Vance at that point then, dude. Who is an actual pro to a good, decent guy who actually gives a shit about human life too, for that matter. So it's like, yeah, why the hell would he ever leave the U.S. Senate when he could easily stay in there for another, X number of years right now until at least 2028 and run for election? That's what it is then. That'd be stupid for him to leave otherwise then, dude. Or even just do the one-term Senate run until 2028 and then just be groomed by Trump to be a fucking, future presidential nominee or something like that in 2020 or something like that. That's what it'd be. So, yeah, it'd be stupid for him to become VP at this point then. After only 2 years in the U.S. Senate, that's what it'd be. So, anyway. My personal opinion, actually, I was looking at this thing the other day somebody posted. I think it was last night they posted it, actually. Let's see if I can find this real quick. I thought I had grabbed it as a post here, but I can't seem to find it now. Maybe it was something I posted on the thing. That's what it is. Okay, yeah, it would have been something I must have posted to X this morning. That's over the case, so I'll go to a profile and find it on there as what it is then, and I'll grab it off again. So, oh, by the way, Biden was super racist again. There was some black girl at a place with a bunch of white folks around here, and he was hugging all the white folks, taking selfies with them, and then he specifically, ditched her ass, and she's just sitting there all sad-faced and stuff, and it's like, why would you care? First off, why do you give a fuck about, taking a selfie with some fucking pedophile cheater piece of shit, dude? That's my question, honestly, to that girl. It's just dumb. So, anyway, but yeah, here was the list of the people that people were talking about as Trump's possible VP pick, is what it is there. So, see, number one, you got, I think it's Elaine Stefanski, who's a scumbag. I do not like that woman at all. She is completely unfit for VP, is what it is, dude. Number two, we got Kristi Noem, who would have been a great constitutionalist about a year and a half ago before she went all fucking full retard and shit the bed multiple times with that stupid book where she talked about killing a puppy and stuff like that. because the dog went after some chicken or whatever the case be, because she was too stupid to actually raise the dog correctly, is what it is there. Number 3, we got Tulsi Gabbard, who I've never liked, just because she is an anti-gun sack of shit. She claims to be pro-2A now, but yet she still has yet to actually prove that to me, or anyone else for that matter, because she has never actually went to Hawaii and fought against the anti-gun laws that she was the architect of creating them and getting them into place there in that state of her home state there. Because if she actually gave a shit about the Second Amendment, that's what she would do, dude. She would actually go there, fight for the rights of people at this point, and be like, hey, everybody, sorry I fucked you out of your gun rights at that point, and be the idiot that created these stupid-ass gun laws that were then implemented years later is what it was then, and actually fight to get people's rights restored is what it is, and fight against the anti-gunners is what it is then, dude. That would do a lot for me personally. I don't know who the fuck this number 4 guy is. I've never even seen this dude before. No clue who that is. Number 5 is Vivek, who I think is a very good choice, honestly, at this point. Like, you know, I know Corey and I both have had our own gripes with Vivek at this point. Truthfully, Vivek, if he actually gave a shit about the country in the state of Ohio, would have actually just primary DeWine's his ass out 2 years ago very easily and just been the governor of Ohio currently is what it is then. And that's what he should be, honestly. He should just be the governor of the state right now. But he didn't even jump in the race at all. He just, like, was, like, nowhere to be seen at all. And then all of a sudden he jumped in 2024 is what it is here then. So, yeah, very strange. But I still think he can make a good VP. And I think he, honestly, of all the people on this list right here is what it is, I think he would be the best nuclear option specifically, because the way that the left is talking, they're going to try to assassinate Trump. We all know that right now, dude. Like, they fucking admitted it on camera and stuff at this point. They want to kill Trump is what it is. So why wouldn't you instill Vivek or somebody like that as your VP choice, dude? Because at that point, it's like this dude is way more fucking mega. He is way younger. I think he's actually he's maybe a few months younger than I am is what it is right now. So he's like, I think he just turned 39 here a few months ago is what it was then. So, yeah, like the dude is not even 40 yet. He is a prime candidate to be super energetic in the future of this country, honestly. And could easily make a great fucking VP and stuff like that and hype me in for Trump if that be the case then for 4 years. And if God forbid, you know, they did try to assassinate Trump, whatever the case be, like there you go, you got literally President Ramaswamy then is what it is then. So yeah, I could easily see that being the case right there. Number 6, we got Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who's actually the daughter of Mike Huckabee, I believe he was a senator at one point. She was also Trump's original, I believe, press secretary at one point in time in history, whatever the case. She's also now the Arkansas governor currently. And the one thing I will say about that, though, is I do not like the fact that she would be potentially a VP for him, because then again, you would have her having to leave the Arkansas governor's office right now, and it would be whoever the lieutenant governor is right now would take over that state, would be then, and they would have to basically pick their own successor as lieutenant governor then. So yeah, it's just, I don't think it's a good choice, honestly, on that perspective alone, because you'd be taking out a great governor right now that literally has not been in office for very long and not got enough shit done in that state to actually fix it properly is what it is then. Number 7 would also be a very good choice, being Carrie Lake. The only thing there is I know Carrie Lake was talking about running for, I forget if it's Congress or U.S. Senate right now. So that would be, you know, if she could actually win that race, it would be a great, you know, seat to have right there on that one for Arizona and shit. Versus her being Trump's VP, it would leave that void there in the U.S. Senate potentially is what it is then. Or U.S. Congress, whatever she's running for now. I forget. I think it's Senate right now is what it is. Number 8 is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Very similar to Carrie Lake and Sarah Sanders there is what it is. MTG is already in Congress, dude. She's already doing a lot of good stuff in Congress. She needs to stay in Congress. Like, that's the entire point. Plus, I don't really think, like, everybody's talking about JD not being VP material and stuff like that, dude. Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not VP material, dude, in this country at all, for real. She really went for, like, honestly, like, as much as people give shit to the squad and stuff like that, MTG is basically the same thing, but for the right at this point, dude. She's a loudmouth ass bitch is what it is, dude. She's a fucking idiot too, for that matter. She's done a lot of dumb shit over the last few years now. But yeah, personally, like, she just needs to stay where she's at in Georgia there in the congressional district and just be a seat for the Republican Party there is what it is then, and be, you know, fighting for mega agendas what it is there in Congress is what it is then. Number 9 is Tucker Carlson. He wouldn't be a bad choice, but he would not be Vivek level of nuclear option, I believe is what it is, dude. Like, Tucker is like more of a laid-back version than anything else. I could actually see Tucker Carlson have his own agenda too, for that matter. Like, I could see Tucker actually being the kind of guy that would be involved in like a Trump coup, is what it is, dude. Where he would basically try to like coup against Trump, whatever the case be, just to get into the presidency, is what it is there, and then be like a deep state operative or something like that. Then, so that's why I do not like Tucker Carlson for that reason, is what it is. That being said, does Tucker have the skills to pay the bills? Potentially. If he was on the level, if I believed he was on the level, would I think he's a better choice on this one? Probably. Not to mention, of all the people on this list right now, he's one of only a couple, just like Vivek, that aren't even in power right now. And the number 10 is a guy named Donnelly, who I have no fucking clue who the fuck this guy is. So I assume it's just some idiot they put in here is what it is. But yeah, I think honestly, like, Vivek would be probably the best choice right now. Tucker wouldn't be a bad choice. Kerry Lake could be a very good choice. And a lot of people have said Tulsi Gabbard. I don't know, man. Like, I just don't trust her is what it is, dude. Like, it's like the same thing with Bernie Moreno, for that matter. Like, you got Bernie Moreno, who is running for U.S. Senate right now to unseat Sherrod Brown currently. But yet 5 years ago, almost to the day right now, Bernie Moreno came out of the woodwork and basically said some dumb shit. It was right in the wake of Dayton is what it was there 5 years ago, where he was like, "Oh, nobody needs a 100-round magazine," blah, 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 like doing all this kind of basically going like full leftist what it is then. And as far as my understanding goes right now, in almost 5 years' time, he still has yet to make any public apology about that fucking bullshit ass podcast he did 5 years ago, dude. He has not once said, "Oh, I said some dumb shit about the Second Amendment. You know, I'm actually pro-2A as fuck now," is what it is, dude. Because he's not. He's a fucking used car salesman. He's a piece of shit, honestly. Like, him and Sherrod Brown both need to kick out this fucking race, honestly, for the U.S. Senate. They need to have multiple new options at that point. Not just two. It would be like about 5 to 10, honestly, at this point in history now. So, but yeah. So, fuck Bernie Moreno in general, dude. He's a fucking asshole. So is Sherrod Brown. I don't plan on voting for either one of these jackasses for U.S. Senate at all. In fact, I'm probably going to write my own name for that matter on that thing and just say fuck it. So, there's no reason not to. But anyway, I was going to do a video tonight for Stand Your Ground Saturday that relates to Arkansas and the nut jobs there is what it is. But I think I'm just going to show it right now, actually, like before that happens, because this video is so fucked, dude. And really just shows like the crazy baby killers is what it is in this country. Actually, we're going to show 2 videos. We're going to show this video right here, which is just a cute video, honestly, of this baby who obviously wants a rib. And this guy said, "Feeding my vegan sister's baby barbecue ribs." I mean, obviously the kid wants it. And number 2, he's not actually a vegan baby. It's your sister's a fucking child-abusing piece of crap is what it is there, who wants this kid to be raised vegan, yet she's actually depriving her child of proper nutrients and proteins and stuff like that. And you can tell from his little face there, like, with his tongue all, like, licking the fucking air after the fact. It's like, yeah, he wants that meat, dude, is what it is. Like, he needs that fucking meat. He's craving that meat. So, anyway. So that was the first one. And then the other one that I was talking about, going back to the baby killing pieces of shit in our country here, you have these sick cunts right here, which, you know, they're all trying to put abortion on every ballot as what it is they can. This go around now is what it is. Try to force it through in the states is what it is there. It says, "Watch Karen jump for joy because Arkansas added abortion to their ballot measures." It said, "Liberals take pleasure in ripping their babies out of women's wombs." Yeah, there's all the fucking documentation that they have for the fucking signatures verified and stuff. What a bunch of sick pieces of shit, dude. And you got this sick cunt right here, literally jumping up and down over the fucking shit. Like, imagine being that much of a fucking demonic cunt, dude. That you're like, "Fuck yeah, we can kill kids on demand right now. Hell yeah." Like, this is exactly what 19th Amendment was a mistake in this country, dude. Seriously. Like, we need to seriously repeal that fucking thing outright is what it is right now, dude. I don't care who the fuck it affects after the fact, dude. Like, because I know there's a lot of right-wing chicks that are, pro-life and stuff like that, or even just like, right of center is what it is there. But even still, it's just like, yeah, sorry, ladies, like, it's done. Fucking shit's gone entirely. Tough shit across the board is what it is then. And it's because of shit like that right there is what it is. Or at bare minimum, just do case-by-case basis for voting rights in this country is what it would be then, because there's obviously these sick cunts like that you never need to vote in this country at all ever again, dude. Is what it is. Period. For that exact reason right there. And this is what I've said so many times, dude. We are literally fighting demons at this point. Like, we are literally in a battle of good and evil right now is what it is. And then going into some of the comments on this comment section here, it said, now, before you were formed in the womb, I knew you, Jeremiah 1:5. And yeah, it's this chick saying I'll never understand. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people do, dude. Because, again, it's your brain has to be demonically possessed at that point, or it's not wired correctly, one of the two. Because unless you have a literal demon inside of you, like, you're obviously just mentally ill in the fucking head, then is what it is. That you want to off children. Like, they're trying to genocide generations is what it is, dude. It is literally genocidal, it's literally generational genocide at this point, is what it is. Which, by the way, we might actually make a t-shirt at this point for the shirt store at some point that specifically reads that, honestly. And it'll just be like, stop generational genocide, end abortion nationwide or something like that is what it would be on there. Actually sounds like a pretty good slogan, honestly. So I might have to make that up a little bit here, actually. So, anyway. Actually, let me go ahead and write that down before I forget it now. Because I have done that before, honestly, where I've talked about something I completely forgot about later on is what it was then. So, shit, where's my... There we go. Should be there. No. Okay. I also did another one, another shirt idea here yesterday for our network is what it is. I'm going to make a new one that just says High Patriot Education Network on it. And underneath it, it's going to read the final line of defense against insanity. So, yeah. But anyway, let's continue on with some of the comments in that comment section here. It's got this guy saying, all I see are women past the age of conception cheering for abortions they don't need. And that's true, by the way. When you look at who's actually at that fucking thing right there, dude. Like, for the most part there, it's like a lot of old silver-haired women is what it is there. Now, granted, these couple chicks right here could probably still be, able to have a kid or two then. Because they're like probably like 30s or so, maybe early 40s. But yeah, like the ones down here and shit, like they're definitely old as fuck right now is what it is, dude. Like, especially that one jumping up and down for joy there is what it was. Like, she definitely is past her fucking prime, dude. So, that's honestly the kind of woman that just needs to be in society. Like, legitimately, dude. Just slap the fuck out of her is what it is then. So, anyway. Let's see what we got here now. Going back to the comment section there. Somebody else said, I will never understand this. Never. So the dude said, Arkansas is more blue than people realize. It's just getting them to actually vote. Only half of registered voters actually voted in the last gubernatorial election. Well, see, and that's the thing, though, right? Like, that's what it is for most election cycles in this country, dude. Like, seriously, I remember, and that's the thing. That's exactly why they were able to pull that shit here last year in Ohio, because it was an off-year election cycle, and you had barely anybody come out for the fucking election is what it was, dude. So what you ended up having was you had a bunch of fucking first-time 17, 18-year-olds, etc. there. Mostly females is what it is. They've been indoctrinated for fucking, the last 10 years of their lives in these bullshit-ass communist public education systems, what it is there. To be like, oh, yeah, your body is under attack. You need to fight back, all this other bullshit. And, of course, you had all these fucking girls that were, like, legit, like, 18, 19 years old out there being like, I'm totally going to vote in favor of pro-abortion bullshit because, fuck the right. It's like, no, fuck you, you dumb little cunt. You fucking indoctrinated piece of shit. So, Yeah, it's just fucking idiocy is what it is across the board, dude, is what it really ends up being there. And then the thing is, like, most of these chicks regret it later on is what it is, dude. Like, if they actually have an abortion legitimately, like, they regret that shit. There's a reason why there's that one statue where it's basically the motherless child, or it's the, the mother who aborted her child is what it is. I forget the actual statue is called, what it is, but it was basically, it's this woman on her knees, like, weeping, and there's, like, it's, like, two different pieces of glass, basically. You have, like, the actual, like, glass statue of the lady who's, like, obviously, like, supposed to be tangible is what it is. And then you have, like, this other, like, really, like, light glass coloration of a little girl in front of her that's probably, like, 5 or 6, really, is what it is. And it's, like, very, like, see-through is what it is there because it's supposed to be saying, like, this is the child she aborted, basically. And it's her, like, weeping on her knees in front of that kid that she aborted is what it was, dude. And that's the thing. Most of these people that do this shit, most of these females that do this stuff, are regretful after the fact. You know, look at Abby Johnson, for God's sakes, the woman who became pro-life as fuck in this country, dude, the one that used to work for Planned Parenthood back in the day. Like, she realizes after the fact, she's like, yeah, I killed 2 of my kids. Like, I'm sad as shit about that. And now she's pro-life as hell is what it is, dude. And she's had a bunch more children since then is what it is now. And that's the problem, honestly. And as somebody who, you know, like, for those who don't know my history, man, like, I'll tell you right up right now. My mom told me this a few years ago before she died. When I was conceived, by the way, I was a surprise baby. She did not plan to have me. Her and Dad were getting it on one night is what it was, and I was a unplanned child is what it was there. She did not know she was pregnant for about the first couple of months of her pregnancy. She had gone to a doctor. This piece of shit doctor was like, oh, because mind you, he had walked out the door is what it was, but the door was so cracked up his mom could hear what he was saying there is what it was. He's like, you know, and he was talking to one of his colleagues there is what it was. He's like, I can't stand these fat women that come here always think they're pregnant. And it was about a week or 2 later, she went to her OBGYN is what it was. Then this woman's like, why are you not on prenatal vitamins right now? You were like X number of weeks pregnant right now is what it is. So I think she was almost 3 months with me at that point in time in history then. And there was actually one of these guys who, it was maybe like 4 or 5 months into my mom's pregnancy with me, because she had like hypertension, a bunch of other health issues is what it was there. And they specifically asked her if she wanted to get an abortion at the time. Because they were like, oh, you might not be able to carry the baby to term. And she's like, no, I'm keeping this kid. So, you know, and that's the problem, dude. Like, a lot of these chicks would just be like, okay, cool, let's have an abortion then. But no, my mom was like, no, I'm having my child. Like, fuck y'all. And I thank her every day for that, honestly, because I'm here now. You know, and I'm making a difference in this country. I'm making a difference in this world with this man. Both through my Second Amendment advocacy and through my, you know, constitutional advocacy is what it is there. So, anyway. But anyway, going back to this, though, the person that calls himself Trust No One said, wasn't that the whole point, to send it back to the states so people could vote on it? Well, it wasn't, technically speaking. Because the thing is, like, when you have constitutional rights already in the books right now, like you're in Ohio, dude, Article 1, Section 1 of the Ohio Constitution specifically states life, liberty, property. It's impossible to have life if you're going to have abortion. So, no, it shouldn't be allowed to be on these ballots at all, dude, for that matter, because you're directly defying, you know, several 100-year-old constitutions is what it is now. And it's case law for it's case law for centuries now is what it is then. So, this person here said it would be voted down as a no for me. See, and that's the thing, right? I think, honestly, in these 2024 election cycles, it will be voted down quite a bit, honestly, in these states that are putting it through it now, dude. The only way that these sick fuckers get it through is in these off-year election cycles, whether it be last year here in 2023, whether it be, you know, next year in 2025, where they get on ballots there is what it would be, et cetera, where you have low voter turnouts is what it would be. Because what you'd have then is you'd have George Soros and Michael Bloomberg, just like they paid off the fucking people here in Ohio to do. They would do the same exact thing in all these other states, and off your election cycles, they'd just be like, okay, let's pump out these fucking false informations and just literal fucking lies is what it is. Where they're like, oh, you know, the 60% threshold thing is bullshit or whatever the case be, even though it's already in 42 other states is what it is. Which is the crap they're pushing against us having that August election of issue 1 last year, where it would have actually made us 60% threshold states what it is. Which, by the way, had that been in place at the time, these little sick fucking cunts here in Ohio that push for the abortion on demand would have never met that number, dude, because he only had like 50-something% of the voters. What it was like 54% of the voters, something like that, is what it actually won by. So yeah, they would have been like 6-7% off, is what it would be then. But anyway, it's a bunch of shit either way, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that you don't have pro-life groups right now, like suing the fuck out of these people and being like, no, we're not going to allow you to put this in place in our state constitution. Go fuck yourselves, cunts. Is exactly what's wrong with our country currently. Is what it is there, man. Yeah, somebody else said, I don't see it passing in Huckabee State. Says New York the same way. I will be voting no on the issue on the ballots. Let's see. So they say white women are the biggest users of antidepressants. If they need this one thing to make them happy, I can see why. Yeah, they're a demonic cult is what it is, dude. Yeah, this guy said here is a death cult. Sad for humanity, exactly. Somebody else says people are disgraced. People are sick. Liberal women have nothing to worry about. No one's trying to get them pregnant. Exactly. Then we got, why are people so happy about abortion when they are killing? So they are happy to be called murderer. Abortion is murder. Yes, it is. So I'm gonna have to steal this meme later. Women retard juice. That's funny. That's a good one. That's a good one, actually, dude. Not even gonna lie. I'm totally stealing that meme right now, actually. So that's some funny shit right there. Let's see, this person said, poor future babies of these Karens, RIP angels. So sorry from not a Karen. This person here said, then it goes to the legislator, which may alter the law as they see fit, including striking it down entirely for becoming unconstitutional. The only votes that matter are the ones who vote to represent you. So here's the problem with that, right, though. That is actually not the case. If they're doing it correctly, like they did here in Ohio, it would become a constitutional amendment, not a statute. That's the only thing. If they have enough to do a statute, that's where it actually goes to state legislators, and then they can alter it from there. That's why you have the whole weed thing that was issued to here last year be that way, because they couldn't get it on the ballot otherwise, because they didn't have the votes to actually get through as a constitutional amendment, as what it was to the state constitution. So it had to be a statute, which is why the General Assembly then has been fucking around for like 8 months, 9 months now, whatever it is now, to basically say, okay, we're going to do weed, but it's going to be this way kind of thing is what it is there. Versus if it was an actual constitutional amendment, like their abortion shit was, because it had like 700,000 people get on the board, is what it is there, it would actually be on the ballot legitimately. And if it passes, it would just be added to a state constitution as whatever the last, like if it was like Article 1, Section 21, 22, 23, whatever it is there, then it would be like 24, whatever the case be. So, again, it would be unconstitutional as fuck. It should be fought in the courts. That's what it is, though. So, anyway, so we also said to the ballot, they're going to flip out when it gets voted down. Again, maybe. It depends. I think there's going to be a lot of voter fraud to push it through. What it is in a lot of these states is what it'll be. I mean, if they're already going to cheat Biden or whoever else back in there, then, dude, why wouldn't they have voted fraud the shit out of these ballot issues too, for that matter, then? So, as Linda Woman said, disgusting and so sad. As Jason Guy said, and yet people have been arrested for praying outside abortion clinics. That's what's fucked up, too, by the way, in our society. Is, yeah, you got women in federal prison right now for literally just standing outside of the fucking doors of an abortion clinic praying silently, or even just, actually saying a prayer out loud is what it is there. Yet you got these fucking child murderers, these abortionist doctors who are fucking literal genocidal maniacs killing kids in mass, not being arrested for mass murder is what it is, dude. It blows my fucking mind, honestly, at this point in history. Like, it's how fucked our society's become is what it is, dude. So, yeah, somebody else said they believe this is vigorous, yet they are incredibly deceived. Exactly. Yeah, somebody else said, why is that woman jumping for George? She get knocked by her brother again? Yeah, probably. Somebody else said they're sad individuals. God won't forget them. Yeah. Yeah, somebody else said people are excited to kill babies. Yeah, exactly. It's fucking disgusting, dude. This is spot on. They're a cult. They all look alike. Yep. They really are, dude. It is. It's a fucking death cult. It's a fucking genocidal maniac cult is what it is there. So. But I don't know. It's just, the whole thing's just fucking disgusting is what it is, dude. Like, it's just absolutely sickening is what it is. But really, it does go to show, honestly, like, you really do need to have voting rights be case-by-case basis at this point in history. I obviously can't show this one, but I will repost it to our network page here. Because it was talking about what aborted kids look like at 10 weeks pictures, and it's all little teeny hands and arms and stuff like that they're showing on like a quarter there is what it is. It's fucked up, man. Yeah, I think we'll leave off with this one right here is what it is. Which is, this baby is 5 minutes old. They both voted and agreed that it's okay to kill the kid 6 minutes later. And even if the child survived the abortion, they also voted to still kill it. And that's the problem with the left, dude. They are demonic cult at this point. You can't tell me that Kamala and Biden and all these other people like that, dude, are not legitimately demonically possessed at this point in history in our country, dude. They 100% made crossroads demon deals and shit like that, dude. For power, for fame, fortune, all that stuff like that. And they definitely are demons. 100%. And should be treated as such as what it is right now. Actually, speaking of demons, let's talk. We'll finish up with this one, actually. Yeah. This woman is straight up as a fucking demon, dude. Protect trans youth fucking shirt. There's what it is. Look how fucking nuts her face is, dude. Like, these are the kind of people, by the way, that 40, 50, 60 years ago, we would have literally sent out men in white coats with a straitjacket to yank off the fucking street and throw in the back of a fucking rubber padded van is what it is there, dude. And then into a rubber room later on at a fucking institution someplace is what it is, dude. These nut jobs need to be off our fucking streets and the goddamn loony bin is what it is, dude, for real. They're fucking psychotic is what it is, dude. Again, they're also genocidal fucking maniacs trying to destroy generations is what it is, dude. By sterilizing fucking kids is what it is. Like, enough is enough of this shit, honestly, bro. Seriously. Fucking done with these fucking people. These demonic fucking maniacs. But anyway. Everything has been fun. It's been real. I'll be back in probably... I don't know if it's going to be a few hours or it'll be later tonight, maybe. I originally had set my thing for, I think, 6:30 tonight, which would be about an hour and a half from now, give or take. But I think I'll maybe do it after match chat if I'm still awake then or not. Or I might just not even do a standard ground Saturday at all for that matter. I'm kind of tired, honestly, right now. So I'm also not feeling great. My fucking joints are aching like a bitch right now. So we got Mom of 8,200 looters broke into and robbed an Oakland gas station market of an estimated $100,000 in merchandise on Friday morning. Took police 9 hours to arrive on the scene. Fucking California, dude. And we all know who the people were, by the way, in the video here that they're showing. It's all a bunch of black minorities is what it is there. So I'll just call it like it is right now. So anyway. Also, I guess apparently they're trying to make Edmonton, Canada, which is a major city there, into a... They're breaking it up into 15 different districts and trying to make 15 different 15-minute cities what it is there. So, yeah, look out for that shit, dude, because we are heading towards really, really bad times ahead right now if they try to pull that shit. Yeah, if you haven't seen it either, there's a piece of shit guy who was obviously drunk as shit who broke some kid's fishing rod the other day. If I can grab this back up right now, actually. I think it's still here. It should be in the, things there for Gateway Pundit articles. Yeah, right there. Angry drunk Karen destroys young boy's fishing rod over alleged trespassing in private neighborhood. Yeah, the rod he broke was $200, dude. Like, here's the problem with that, right? The guy, like, pops the fucking rod over his knee like an asshole like that. If I'm this kid, I'm punching this cocksucker right in his fucking goddamn mouth at that point, dude. Fuck that fucking guy. Beat his fucking ass at that point. Knock him out fucking cold, one shot, dude. It's justifiable. You just fucking broke your shit, man. Like, you broke your shit, he assaulted you is what it is. Fucking knock his old ass out is what it is then. So, Yeah, it happened in Tennessee. It's an angry Tennessee man allegedly the homeowners association president of a neighborhood in Admiral's Landing has been caught on video destroying a teenager's fishing rod and aggressively confronting him and another teen over supposed trespassing on private property. The outrageous behavior has earned him the label of a male Karen. So he's a Doug, is what it really means on that one. That's who the male Karen version is, dude. It's all Dougs. So, which is basically just a douchebag. So yeah, Doug, used to describe individuals who display entitled and often unreasonable behavior. This incident was captured and shared on TikTok by an account named Fish and Psy, which documents fishing adventures throughout Tennessee. Said the video captured, quote, drunk Karen breaks kid's $200 fishing rod, has been viewed over 18 million times on TikTok since it was posted on Thursday. The viral clip begins with man visibly agitated approaching a teenager at the corner of a lake. Says the loud accusations of trespassing and demands of the youth to leave were not met with calm responses from the teenagers awaiting police intervention. So we're just going to wait. We're not going to mess with anything, one of the kids said. The video further shows the man physically intimidating one of the boys and threatening to throw his phone in the lake. Upon realizing his actions were being recorded by another teen, the man approached and threatened to throw the teen's phone in the lake. In response, the teen warned the man he would press charges for assault if he followed through with the threat. Ignoring the warning, man proceeded to grab the fishing rod. That was a St. Croix fishing rod, apparently worth $200, belonging to one of the teens, and then breaking it over his leg. There's what it is. So, yeah, just a complete fucking scumbag is what it is, dude, for real. Like, the guy's a sack of shit. He needs to be fucking arrested for a bunch of different crimes. What it is there, dude. Depending on states, too, by the way, that might actually be enough to qualify, wouldn't be grand theft now I'm thinking about it. It would be something else then. It would be destruction of property worth like X amount of value is what it is, which could be like a misdemeanor or a felony depending on the state, honestly, on that one. So it would be property destruction for sure, though, anyway. But yeah, that guy's just a piece of shit is what it is in general. And here's some of the video of his bitch ass actually doing this. Yeah, just walks up, grabs a fucking rod, and just smashes the shit out of it then. Like a dickhead. It's fucked up, man. Ain't right, man. Ain't right at all. So, yeah, anyway. But like I said, that's about it for me today. I got some stuff I got to do right now for the next couple hours, and then I'll be back possibly later tonight with another Stand Your Ground Saturday episode. But if I'm not back, you guys know why, because I'm just exhausted is what it is. So this might be the only stream you get today is what it is. So, you know, good luck to you is what it is on that one. Have fun, stay safe, always be carrying, because you never know when some fucking nut job's going to try and break your shit honestly like that, like an asshole, dude. Seriously, fucking fuck that guy, man. Oh, apparently the Patriot Fed boys are down in downtown Nashville in the last hour or so. A bunch of people are calling them feds like they are is what it is. They are too, by the way. They're federal informants is what it is, bro. They always have been, they always will be. They're also the same jackasses that make up that Blood Tribe organization. It's just two different masks with two different things, all the same people. That's what it is, man. So, anyway. But yeah, other than that, though, that's where we're at for the time being. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, y'all. Later.